What's up, guys? How are ya? Man, it's going to be a great Saturday night. Definitely in for a little bit of a thrill ride. Repeat back with you. And these Turn Down for What, boys? Gonna be live from old Talladega Super Speedway, home of the Bama Gang, Huey Gang, whatever you want to say. Man, we are running the infamous chain graboid / J-Paw rule, which if you've been here for past races for these guys, you know exactly what we're in for. You cannot push on the bottom once the leader gets to the front, but you can push around the top side all you want. It's no holds barred. As always, or as usual in these Turn Down for What races, I do have a little bit of help here. I've actually got Cinepuse that'll be streaming for me tonight as one of our onboards. I'll also have NNR Swats as an onboard, and when you know it, More Than a Cape, he's streaming as well. Gonna reach out right now to old Cinepuse and see how he's feeling before we fire this up. Got between 10 and 15 cars on track tonight, and this is the last race of round number 2. Got some pretty big heavy hitters in here, but Cinepuse about ready to kick this off. In fact, I see the timer going already. What are you doing to prepare yourself for a Dega race, but not only a Dega race here and Turn Down for What, a playoff race? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Pete. It's going to be a long race. I'm just going to try and stay calm and run my race and start an outside pole. So I know the outside is going to be a big advantage tonight, seeing we can be pushed the whole time. So hopefully we can get a good jump on the start and see what happens and keep out of wrecks and try and keep it up front and hopefully get the win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the top line is definitely the place to be, but we've seen a lot of people. I mean, I can remember many times King Mathers as well as Alpha York and a few others really get this package down pat and learn where they can slingshot coming up behind the guy in front. Come on down the hill, use that banking to really gain a lot of speed and slide on right back up in front of the leader. So you could definitely make up a lot of time and keep a lot of position running that high side. But man, if anybody's ever gone back and watched these races here, from Turn Down for What or Shadow Racing League, which we'll see tomorrow night, or anywhere or any other league that's run this package, they might have been able to find some weaknesses in it. But either way, we're in for a lot of great racing. Rock NASCAR out there and say hello to the booth and luck to all the drivers tonight. Rock, they're absolutely going to need it. I'm glad you're there. Quim saying, I'm going to be sweating tonight to see if I have a big enough lead in the points to make it to round 3. Good luck, Cinepuse. As always, we're going to go ahead and take it through the field. Cinepuse, thanks for taking a minute with us. We're going to have the 38 of SWAT, NNR SWATs, that is. He's actually the admin for the NNR Truck Series on Tuesday nights that you've seen many times. He's going to be on pole, I think, as we're starting to see some cars starting to jockey position. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but that's all right. Then we got the 41 of Cinepuse. He already just said he's going to be on the outside. Got the 9 car of More Than a Cape. The 32 of Old Dynaskulls rocking that Corvette parts Mustang. Kind of interesting how Corvette is a Chevy and Mustang's not. Yeah, well, that's a Ford, but that's okay. 43 of King Mathers. Man is in the points, and it seems like he is a part of every big race that we broadcast right here off of this channel. Then we got the 11 of WSR Mike, the 10 of Dan the Lawn Man, 6 car Dallas My PB, 42 of Duct Tape in that Credit One Camaro. Let's see if he can carry all the momentum that CGMX Rose has had over the last several weeks in the NNR Cup side. That would be interesting if he could. The 2 car, none other than the one and only Stout Whiskey. He's going to be here, and that I believe he's running over in an E-Spark race right after this. So let's see what Stout's going to be able to do tonight. 22 of J-Paw. J-Paw and this package borrowed a little bit from Chain Graboid. We're going to be in for one hell of a race. You're not going to want to stray far, I promise you. 38 of NNR SWAT, so we are back up at where we thought we were at the front of the field. But 43 of King Mathers, 41 of Cinepuse. Those are our top 2 coming into the Raise Energy restart zone. Again, between 10 and 15 cars, there is your pack, ladies and gents. about to set him free. Nobody right on that back bumper of the 43. Nope, here comes the 38 of SWATs. He's going to come on up, give him a big old shove, but we're about to see this package right off the bat go into full effect. The 38 cannot shove that 43 after he is in clean air, or after his nose has broken the leader plane. So there you see the 41, he's to the outside. That's where you want to be in order to get that shove. So now everybody on the bottom, nope, they're just going to go ahead and abandon it. Where usually right about now you start to see everybody on that bottom line just trying to find the first hole they can to get that car set in and travel it around the rest of the night. That's not what we're going to see here. We are not going to see a whole lot of bottom line wagon training all the way around this 2.66 super speedway, also known as Talladega, as they're 3 wide behind the leaders. 43 of King Mathers, he's going to go ahead and lead the first lap. Here comes all 41 of Cinepuse. He dives down, but not much of a run right there. King Mathers going to have some help on the high side. And again, here is this package coming into play. 38 of SWATs. He's going to try to duck on in. No such luck. 3 wide coming across for second. They are side by side for fourth, fifth, sixth. Side by side. I mean, this is what we're going to see all night long. Great little pack. Again, it is the last race in the second round of their chase. And what a way to end it with a bunch of nail-biting racing. Let's see, as one of our onboards come on by, let's see, I see Cinepuse, he's the furthest up right now. As he comes across the start stripe, we're racing for 91 more laps. They're not running stages, so a whole lot of time to really think about where you got to put your car as it gets closer and closer to the end. We're going to have, hopefully, a whole bunch of green flag racing and pit stops to let these guys settle it out amongst themselves. J-Pie, I believe, won the last time we were at a restrictor plate. He mentioned in a message in their Discord earlier that he wanted them to all, wreck out behind him after he was in a lead. So we'll have to see if that's the way it pans out or not. I think that was the 40. There was just a car up in the wall. I'm not sure if that was the 11. Let's see if we can go back, find out who that was. Definitely not the 2 of Stout Whiskey. Right now he's sitting in P number 2. Wasn't the 22. Doesn't look like it was the 38 of SWATs. Although he's tagged a little bit of the wall right there. That's going to allow the 22 of J-Pon and a few others to work on by. That's a momentum killer, but I believe these guys are racing on high draft, so it's not going to be long before he can pull himself back up. So yeah, it looks like it was the 41 of Cinepuse that was either tapped up into that outside wall or something else happened. But now Cinepuse is going to have a whole lot of making up to do. He's got to hope for a caution or something, either manual or game or whatever, because they are not running stages. So we're talking about 90 straight laps of super speedway speed. Bama, Mama Balls, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming on out. Kind of work our way back up here. You see the 9 Hooters machine of More Than a Cape. And he's got this pack. Now, I know that, without a doubt, Cape could easily pull himself up into this pack. Gotta kind of wonder if he's just kind of laying back. Let these guys up here duke it out, wrestle around with the lines, do whatever they want to do. And then if they get into any kind of an issue, he's able to check up just enough to avoid it and then be there at the end with an undamaged Hooters Camaro and take advantage. 32 of Dynaskulls right now sitting in P number 3. It still looks like the 10 Smithfield Ford of Dan the Lawman sitting in P number 1. 32 is going to go ahead and try to duck on down, but the 2 of Stout Whiskey, he is just stuck like glue to the back of that 10 Mustang, and he's content pushing him in that middle line. That is one thing about somebody with a wheel versus someone with a controller. those on a wheel you absolutely see, as we see J-Pod take a huge head of steam. And I talked earlier about that slingshot. There you go. You just watched Stout Whiskey take a, J-Pod take a huge run from about 3 or 4 cars back and just get up to the front and pass the 10. But he did so even with the 2 pushing the 10 and not letting go. So the 10 still had all kinds of momentum from the push, and then also a little bit of a pull once the 22 got to the lead. But what you just saw right there is a product of the draft and also this package. You take the draft, use the banking to dive on down, work your way back up into P number 1. As you see, J-Pod once again really challenging down low. No help on the bottom side right now, but that's the shortest way around. But you cannot be pushed around that line once you get to the lead. Obviously, it looks like something has happened to the 6 car, Dallas My PB. I don't see any damage to the front end of this thing. When you look at the hood pins on the front, they are all still straight up and down. Don't see where any of the fenders are ruffled. Don't see the hood ruffled, anything like that. So something must have happened. Here all the way in the back is that 42 of duct tape. No issues there either. Meanwhile, back up front, 38 of Swatch down low, 10 of Dan the Lawman to the outside. Stout Whiskey still all over that back bumper. J-Pa has the cover of the the bumper of the 38. And he's just not gonna let go. So you see that the top side, they've still got the advantage. 38 of Swatch down low does not have the advantage, but because Swatch is not currently in the lead, J-Pa can lock up all he wants, and there's no harm. But as soon as the 38 gets to the lead, he's got it. J-Pa's got to let go of the bumper, and they've got to race it back out again. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and mute this phone. There we go. So as thin as this field is, right now the 38 of Swat's on the bottom is your leader. And as soon as he took the lead, you saw the 22 there. See, you saw the 22 check up. He's no longer pushing. But on the top side, you got the 10 with the 2 and the 9 of Cape right in his back pocket. He's going for some great side-by-side racing at least 3 rows deep. And it looks like further in the back, some people have definitely lost the draft. It's going to make for a long night for some, kind of short for others, as we're going to try to take this 3 wide, going into turns 1 and 2. 10 up high, 22 of J-Pod down low, 43 of King Mathers gave J-Pod a little bit of a push. They tried to slide on up, and they successfully did it. So there goes the 43 sliding up in front of the 10 to take the lead. J-Pod stuck down low, and look at the bottom dropping. Now, J-Pod can be picked back up again. 38 of Swats. He can get all over that back bumper one more time and try to push that double deuce back to the lead. God, I love the racing that this package puts out on track. Chain Graboid, if you watch this now, or if you watch this later, man, great forward thinking, and I'm glad, as you said in the tweet, that J-Pop picked it up, and the idea that you came up with is still live and kicking. New leader, we got the 2 discount tire Ford Mustang of Stout Whiskey right behind him. You see the 9 Hooters Camaro for More Than a Cape, followed by the 38 of NNR Swats. So you got 4 cars on the bottom. You're going to have 3 or so cars on the top. I think these guys have kind of stopped for now, just out there trying to turn some laps. Side by side was just, I don't know, something kind of fizzled for now. As you can see, we started the race with all 12 or so cars in this pack, but some in the back, I guess, have made contact and caused others to really lose the draft. I'm going to try to pick up on some of the guys that are back there. There you see the 41 of Cinepuse, and he's got the 11. I believe that's going to be Dallas, my PB. Oh, nope, that's WSR Mike on his back bumper. So while these two are running nose to tail and at relatively pretty quick speeds, they're going to be able to pick up a few of these cars that you see right in front of the 41, and they'll track them down. That'll add numbers to them. So even though the 11 and the 41, and I think the 6 and a couple of others had some problems, as you see the 32 down on the apron, something must have just happened with him. But as the 41 and 11 start to collect some of these other cars, they're going to build that train back up. And even though they could be on the top, they could be on the bottom, wherever these guys are, they can push. They can push all the way around if they want, because they're not going to be in the lead. Right now, the 11 of Cinepuse, we're looking at positions 9 and 10, which means there's only one more car behind these guys. But up ahead of them, you see 2 cars fighting back and forth. It would be wise of them to just kind of check up, wait for the 41 and 11 to catch them, and then really try to wagon train it all the way back up to the leaders. You could definitely tell the 11 and 41 making a whole lot of time. It looks like a little bit of a lag spike just from the 41, just sent the 11 of WSR Mike around. Not quite sure what happened there. Okay, okay, it looks like we've actually got a manual caution. So everybody's going to go ahead and check up, and they are going to wave off going down pit road this time. This will allow everybody to come on down pit road, make their first round of adjustments. Again, this is off of that the preset slider. It's not a setup race. So everybody will go on down, change out their tires if they want, obviously fill it up on fuel. If you really want track position, you probably don't even have to change tires, or maybe just change the right side. But this is definitely going to stack everybody back up again. That looked like a little bit, I don't know, that looked weird. See, watching the 42 come zipping on by like that, looked like it was almost lag, or I don't know. That definitely looked weird. But, so obviously it looks like the 42 of duct tape was a lap down. So they're going to wait on the pits and then come on back. There goes the 32 as well. He's going to go ahead and grab his lap back. So it looks like everybody up to P10 right now is on the lead lap. One's going to be a wave around. The other one's going to be the lucky dog. So we should have 11 cars back on the lead lap, ending with Dynaskulls. There you go. All right, so let's see if we can't grab a quick word. I'm going to go ahead and bring him back in here. All right, Cinepuse, driver of that number 41 Haas Tooling.com Ford Mustang. Cinepuse, got you, buddy.
Yes, sir, Pete.
All right, man. I am doing all right. Hell of a race so far, up front, back and forth, many different leaders so far. Under a manual caution, heading down pit road. We saw you relegated a little bit further back. You had the 11 kind of helping you out a little, and you were starting to catch a couple of other guys that could jump on board to where you could really start trying to move your way back up to the main pack, which had fizzled out to about eight cars, I believe. What's your plan here? You thinking just right side tires and fuel, or no tires and fuel, just to get back out there and grab that very important track position back up front?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be taking some just right sides, and actually looks like it's paying off. And so yeah, we're just taking right sides, see how it happens, and got a little caught up in the beginning. Made some contact, got into the wall, but we'll see if we can't keep this 41 Ford Mustang up in the front.
Well, man, I mean, you're going to have, it looks like it's going to be the 2-car Stout Whiskey that'll restart to your outside. And I believe the 10 of Dan the Lawn Man will be right behind you. And then Stout will have some pushing help. I believe that's going to be the 9 Hooters Camaro just a little bit further behind to push Stout. So you're going to have some pretty fast cars. Those guys were up front while all that was going on, just kind of, trading back and forth. And I think we've probably seen more leaders tonight than we've seen in many other restrictor plate races so far. Now, refresh my memory. Are you on a wheel or are you on a controller?
I am on a controller right now.
Okay.
I do have a, but I just don't have it set up.
Okay. So the guys that are on a wheel on a super speedway, they've got an advantage because they can hold that bottom line. Or I'm sorry, they can hold. Well, yeah, they can hold the bottom line. They can hold the middle line. They can hold the top line. They can hold the very top line if we're talking about going through the trial, because all they got to do is slightly turn the wheel just a little bit while you've got to tab over in order to try to navigate your way around this 2.5 mile super speedway. What are you prepared to do to try to hold on to this lead as we get closer to this restart zone?
I'm just going to try and get a good jump on the start and jump onto the outside, and because I know the outside's going to be pretty strong tonight, so that's pretty much going to be my game plan for tonight, is try and stay on the inside and take the runs when I can.
Well, talking about runs, here you go. You got the 10 of Dan the Lawman right on your back bumper. 9 is all over the back bumper of the 20. Good luck through the rest of this race. If we get another caution, we'll come on back to you. But, man, you're off.
Perfect. Thanks, Pete.
You got it. All right, so big thanks once again to the 41 of Cinepuse for allowing us to check in with him. We've also got the 38 of Ananar Swats. He's a little bit further back right now, sitting about P8, more than the Cape. You just saw him. He's up on that high side, right in front of the 22 of Stout Whiskey, sitting in P3. So far, Cape having a very good run in that Hooters Camaro. Now, I'm kind of curious. We just took this flag as we're 3 wide for the lead, 41 in the middle, 9 up top. 41's got no help right now. Everybody on the bottom, everyone up top, but there's cars that are behind them. Those cars, I don't see how they got left like that. Was there some lag and it kind of shot them back, or did they just not see the restart coming? I don't get it, but man, maybe it's some strategy saying, you know what, we don't need to be there right now. We've got a pack of 3. We can, in the long run, maybe we can run these guys down, maybe to save a little bit of fuel. Who knows? Maybe there is a little bit of strategy behind them. But right now, it looks like 10th, 11th, and 12th are all running further and further in the back. And on the bottom, in the front, you've got the 2 of Stout Whiskey and the 10 of Dan the Lawn Man. All right, so Dan right now, he's backing off the back bumper of the 2. He knows that he cannot push the 2 because he is in the lead. So what happens? Here comes the middle line, 41 of Cinepuse. He's got a little bit of help, 9 of More Than a Cape. He's trying to push that 10, but the 10 knows he cannot get on the back bumper of the 2. Because he's down there, he cannot push him anymore. The 9, however, he could be shoved all the way around this place. We'll have to see if that's what happens or not. He's got the 41 of Cinepuse on his back bumper. And can the 22 and company take a big old run, shoot to the outside? Yep, there we go. Shoot to the outside. He's got some help from the 38 of Swats. Pull to the outside of 10. Going to try to pull the outside of the deuce, but it looks like Swats might have got a little loose right there and was not able to keep on the push. So far, doing a great job. And it looks like the cars that were, just a few car lengths back, now very far back. I think this 11, he needs to be very up front and let the guys behind him know he has got a ton of damage. So that's why they're really hurting. What they should have done was had the 42 up front, and then they try to draft off him, because no matter how much they push that 11, he's not going to be able to do anything. So that pack that's all the way in the back, they've got to try to sort out what they've got to do in order to get through. They are in one big Xbox party, so the 11 needs to say, hey man, I got damage. I should not be leading. So we'll let them talk about that. Just as I say that, 32, he's going to go ahead and take the lead. 42 is going to drop in second. The 11 is going to go back to third, and now see if they can make up some time. Meanwhile, up front, looks like it's going to be the 38. He's going to be up high, right behind the 9. In the lead right now is going to be the 32 of Dynast. Nope, that's not the leader. There we go. Leader right now. There we go. 43 of King Mathers. 41 right behind him. Then there's Swats and other company. High line, low line, high line, low line, high line. I mean, where do you go? You basically just got to take the runs and go wherever you can with them. A little bit of contact there between the 43 and 9. Not sure if the 9 was trying to look underneath the 43, even though he had that car pinched down on the yellow. But again, sometimes you just got to get out of the throttle. But up front, these guys mixing and matching it up, or mixing it up. I should not matching, because there is nothing matched about any of these cars. They are all over the place. 22 of J-Pa, a little bit of a slide all the way through the infield. He's going to be able to come on back up and still stay with this pack. Great job by J-Pa. I'm actually looking forward to racing with J-Pa a little bit later. The NNR iRacing Series is going to have a practice at the iRacing Super Speedway. If you haven't watched any YouTube videos about the iRacing Super Speedway, I'm going to try to describe it the best I can. You take the paper clip of Martinsville, okay, and you elongate it, and you widen it out, and you turn it from a half mile long to 3 miles long. And then, oh, by the way, we take the banking of Daytona or Talladega, maybe a little bit of a Bristol, and you put that banking on the straightaways. And oh, by the way, when you get into the banking in the corners, you make it even taller. So we're talking about a 3 mile long, Martinsville shaped super speedway that, cup cars get up to about 240, 250. Yeah, it's a wild track. And that's actually where the NNR iRacing Series will be Monday night, right about 9 o'clock when that race kicks off. Part of the 11 race season, getting prepared for the real full season that's going to kick off right in the beginning of June. But right now, for the race lead, 43 of King Mathers in the middle, 10 of Dan the Lawman up top, with a push from the 9. On the bottom, you got the 22 of J-Pa, 41 of Sinapuse in his rear view. 22 not getting a push right now. 41 is laid off. So now we're going to see the 10. He's going to go ahead and excel on the high side. 43 of King Mathers. He's going to be able to take that push and really make some gains through the middle. But it looks like a hole opened up on the bottom, and now they're 3 wide again for the lead. This time it's going to be the 10 in the middle. 9 of More Than a Cape up top, getting a big push from the 2 of Stout Whiskey. New leader, 22. So obviously, everybody out here can definitely tell the difference between a normal Talladega race and the kind of racing that we're seeing right now, as they are 3 wide. 43 of King Mathers came down just a little bit on the 2 of Stout Whiskey. Stout still has a mirror full of the 10 of Dan the Lawn Man, and J-Pa staying right there in that middle lane. Because he's right there, he can be pushed all the way around. Meanwhile, Cinepuse on the bottom, he can he can be shoved. But once again, once he gets to that lead, they got to let go. So you see the middle line excel, then you see the bottom line excel, then you see the very top line excel, as it looks like we've got a actual game caution for something that must have happened way, way, way in the back, because there was nothing right there that went on. Looks like it's going to be something again with the 11 of WSR Mike. I don't see anybody around him, so not 100% sure what happened there. Guys and gals, we're going to take a quick little 30-second break, and yeah, we'll be right back. What happened? Cinepuse, any idea what that caution was for?
I don't, actually. We were all wondering that question.
Yeah. Interesting. All right.
Good racing, though. I love it. 3 wide, 3 wide.
All right. Right now we got about 7 seconds. All right, guys, we're racked and stacked back up. Guys, just now taking the green up high. 38 of SWAT's got a huge jump to try to catch back up to the top 3, or got pulled up, not 100% sure. 2-car Stout Whiskey in the lead. 43 of King Mathers on the outside. Stout right now grabbing a big old shot from the 41 of Cinepuse, but as the 2 gets to the lead, Cinepuse has to check up. He can't push the 2 anymore. 38 of SWAT's now. He's all over the back bumper of that 41 and shoving for all it's worth, because they're not the leader. Once the 2 comes down and picks back up the 41, it looks like SWAT's having a little bit of difficulty with that double yellow line, just dancing all over, swerving Irvin down there. 2's going to go ahead and pick up the top line one more time. That way he can pick up the momentum that they had. 38, big dive. I'm not sure if he was trying to avoid something, as they're 3 wide for P3 right now. You got the 41 and the 43 on the bottom, and in the middle, up high right now, it's completely bare. 38 definitely having some issues. Not sure if he's loose or what, but just trying to hold on for all it's worth. Double wide, triple wide, going down the backstretch. Oh, some contact. Not quite sure what that was. That lime green car. So the 14 of Papa Bear, or it might have been the 6 right behind him. Not quite sure which one it was. Slid up track and made some contact with one of the cars on the outside. I think it might have been the 43 of King Mathers. But you definitely see we're gonna, with everybody stacked back up, looks like we're gonna have some new players. Right now, though, talk about a new player at the front. 9 car of More Than a Cape. He's leading these guys on the bottom, and he's got to see the 42 of Duct Tape right in his rear view. Right now, Duct Tape cannot push. King Mathers goes up high outside the 42 right now, and you got the 22 of J-Pot right in his rear view. The 2-car Stout Whiskey right behind the 14 of Papa Bear. 9 car's going to go on back down, pick up the 42. They're going to take it 3 wide through the trioval. 9, 43, 22, 10, 14 of Pop Bear, 2 of Stout Whiskey, and the 43 of King Mathers. Man, what a battle these guys are having right now. Just saw a car on the bottom. Not quite sure who that was. They just went a lap down. So you know that they're going to be hoping for a caution here sometime soon. Not quite sure what happened. If he stayed out under caution, ran out of gas, or what, not sure. But great job by all. Stout Whiskey, hard contact with the outside wall. I didn't see what happened there with him. But Stout's, he's absolutely lost the draft, and he's probably going to have a little bit of damage. We're going to drop back to that 2 car. Actually, it looks like damage is off. So Stout might have a little bit of a saving grace. Not only that, he's got a car coming up behind him. Stout has a fast deuce. So if he can check up for that car, or if he goes up to the high line so that other car can pick up his draft, maybe they can work together and get caught back up. We'll have to see. I'm going to try to drop back. The car that's coming up behind Stout's going to be the 32 of Dynaskulls. Dynaskulls was up in the front a little bit earlier, so he can push and he can shove and he can be pushed as well. So it might be a good partner for Stout Whiskey, as there's a huge wreck in front of these guys. 32 for some reason. He went up and just smacked that outside wall. And we are under caution one more time. Man, oh man, what a race. Looks like we got about 58 laps to go. The last time I checked on a lap count was 91. So these guys doing a phenomenal job. Couple of cautions, but man, when you're talking about Dega and this package where it keeps everybody in really, really close quarters, accidents are going to happen. But being the final race in round 2 of the playoffs means that there's heads on the chopping block tonight. They're going to do everything that they possibly can to make sure that they move on to the next round. All right, so we're all stacked back up. This was a saving grace for the 2 and the 32. And just about that, we talk about the 32 of Dynaskulls. He's going to be the control car. 41 of Cinepuse to his outside. 14 of Pop Bear. 10 of Dan the Lawn Man. All over the top 4. And then we got the 22 of J-Pod, the 6 a little bit further back. 32 is going to go ahead and be able to take the lead. 10 of Dan the Lawman all over the back end of the 41, not yet making contact, just basically being there to push. 14 of Pop Bear down low. He's got the 22 of J-Pod. Right now they can push because they're not in the lead. Head of steam coming by the 41. Takes that car. Takes it right down the middle. 32 to the outside. No help. Dan the Lawman still sitting behind the 10. 6 getting to the back end of Dan the Lawman. 41 right now. He's on the outside. New leader on the bottom. The 2-car Stout Whiskey. Double deuce of J-Pos sitting in P2. Here comes the 43 of King Mather. Nope, I'm wrong. Let me get back up to the front. It's going to be the 14 of Papa Bear. He's going to be the leader. I saw that one Kier kind of looked like the back end of the 2. But yeah, obviously just a little different. There we go. Discount tire. J-Pod going to check up just a little bit to allow the 22 to kind of regain his composure. 22 wasn't lined up directly on the back bumper of the 22, so I had to check up to get set back up one more time. But right now, Pop Bear's still in the lead. You got the 43 sitting in P2. Looks like we're going to have more contenders trying to jump to the outside. Still not sure what happens with these guys on these restarts. 38 of Swats, he's kind of new to the back, so I'm going to guess maybe a little bit of lag or what, maybe didn't quite time the restart, maybe missed a gear. Who knows? Not 100% sure. 9 to Cape, really pinching the 41 of Cinepuse down to that bottom. Made a little bit of contact there. Cape's going to go ahead and drop almost all the way to the back. He came down on the front end of that 6. No caution, no real issue as the 22 of J-Pa, the 2 of Stout Whiskey, and the 10 of Dan the Lawn Man, they're now all the way in the back. Up front, you still got this guy right here, league owner and admin, old Pop Bear, doing a pretty good job keeping that 14 up front. Right now, as you can see, the 41 of Cinepuse not on the back bumper. He's actually he thought about taking a little bit of a run that he might have had to go to the outside, but saw there was no one out there to help. Still just staying off the back bumper of the 14, not pushing him, not locking up with him. Now he's going to try to go to the outside. Nothing really there yet. 6 cars in his mirror. Here we go. Now we got some momentum, a little bit of speed built up. 2-car Stout Whiskey catching up to the back end of the 14. 22 of J Pop up high. 43 of King Mathers. He's also down low. Cinepu's going to come down. Show Pop Bear that he's there. Pinch him down just a little bit. 22 is Stout Whiskey. He's going to take that middle hole and bring it forward. They were just 4 wide, or thinking about it anyway, coming through the tri-oval. Now heading towards turn 1. Still going to be the 14 of Papa Bear in the lead. Looks like one car in the back is around. I think that might have been the 32. Not 100% sure. But guys up front, man, it looks like Pop Bears, he's just able to pull out all by himself and really extend it. But it kind of looks like what was going on right there. The 2 Stout Whiskey and the 43 were really, just laying back, allowing them to get a big run off of the 14's draft, and then take that run to the outside as they're 3 wide right now for P3. 14, 10, and 41, 3 wide. 41 up high, 10 of Dan the Lawman in the middle, 14 of Papa Bear on the bottom. Great job by everybody to hold their line and get it back up and working. 10 of Dan the Lawman. He's going to go ahead and try to split the 43 into 2. He's got the 22 of J-Pa in the middle, 3 wide, going down the backstretch, going into turns 3. 43, your leader. Tell you what, anytime these leaders get these big old runs, like you saw the 14 of Pop Bear have, like you just saw the 43 of King Mathers have, that's not what they want. Yeah, they want to lead, but when you lead and you've got that much of a gap between you and second, whether it's up high or down low, you know it's not going to last because the draft is huge around this place. I'm not even sure you want to be in the lead coming to the white flag. I think you're probably going to want to be in second or third as they're 2 and 3 wide coming through turns 3 and 4. 14 of Pop Bear back in the lead. 10 of Dan the Lawman back up front. Back up high rather. 9 of Cape. There's the 41 of Syracuse. He's got a big old pull off of Pop Bear, but because the 10 of Dan the Lawman is outside, he's not really going to have a whole lot of space to run with that draft. 14, he's going to pull back. 14's going to be collected by the 41 of Syracuse, but Syracuse at the very last second decides to take that run outside. There goes J-Pa with him. There goes the 10 of Dan the Lawman, 3 wide through the corner. Boy, I got some Mountain Dew here, but it's not quite doing it. I can't wait till I get my my Raised energy drinks in the mail. It actually should be here tomorrow. Man, I tell you what, guys and gals, go down to my About section. You'll see a link there for Raised Energy and Rep Sports, or just go to repsports.com and look around. There's a lot of product there, everything from energy drink with no sugar, no carbs, very, very low sodium. It's time-release caffeine, does a great job. All kinds of flavors. Man, I can't wait to get more in. There's powders to help you wake up on the go. There's powders to help you go to sleep at night. So if you're like me and you just can't wind down when a race is done, yeah, it helps you go to sleep. But go on down to my About section and look for the Raised Energy tab. Once you complete your order, when you get to the part where it says promo code, use promo code REPEAT1975 and you get an immediate 15% off. Tell them I sent you. Like I said, got my own promo code. Guys have been very, very good to me. I see the 2-car Stout Whiskey all the way down bottom. Great save by him. Man, I just wish I had something a little bit more than this Mountain Dew. All right, let's kind of catch back up with everything that's going on. Right now, everybody on that bottom line, or were on the bottom line until the 22 decided to take the run that he had off the 43's draft to the outside. Right now, you got the 41 of Syracuse, 14 of Pop Bear. Just pretty much invert those car numbers, and that's what you got. Followed by the 43 of King Mathers behind them. You see the 9 of Cape, 22 of J-Pa. Everybody checking up just a little bit. 9 of Cape. Taking that run he has, trying to work on P number 2, Pop Bear not relinquishing that spot whatsoever. Right now, the 41, our in-car reporter, he's got that Mustang just gliding around that double butter yellow line. Man, I remember years and years ago, you didn't want to touch the yellow line on like NASCAR 14 or something like that, because if you touched it, that's actually where the term butter came in. If you touched it, your car looped around and there was like almost no saving it. You had to be close to the line, but just like you saw the 41 dip below that, that would have caused a real big issue. You had to stay above the yellow, but close enough to keep that car glued to the bottom, because man, it would bring you around. Right now, you see the 210, 43, and 22 up on the high line. 2-car Stout Whiskey. So you just saw him with a big old slide through the infield. Now here we see him with the lead. I told you earlier, 2 of Stout was going to be very stout, and man, he's proven it. 41 and the 14 falling back just a little bit, and it looks like they're about to put the 32 a lap or maybe another lap down. .32 doing a pretty good job keeping that Corvette Parts Ford Mustang up top. As you see the 9 and everybody else flash on by. And look at that. In the blink of an eye, the 41 of Cinepuse went from leading this thing to going all the way back to, tail end Charlie of this main front pack. And now he's really got to just try to hold on to the draft from that 32 rather, and pull himself back up. I mean, the draft, I believe, is on high, so he should be able to do that. But that just goes to show how quickly things can change here at Talladega with this draft package, and how much you really got to just stay in it, stay in that fight for the long haul. Right now, 10 of Dan the Lawn Man, he's leading the pack around. All right, so now we got a little bit of help back up front again. 10 Dan the Lawman, 43 of King Mathers was all over his back bumper. He decided to back out of that. The 22 of J-Pie had a huge run, so he took that and tried to run with it. Comes on up, a little bit of door music to 43. Just as I say that, the 14 of Papa Bear, he's going to come on up, sneak back up to the inside of J-Paw. J-Paw moves down, blocks that run, and now J-Paw, he's pretty much just, they used to call Dale Jr. the Pied Piper. I imagine what we're going to see here is, J-Paw go back up front to block the run that was coming there. As soon as the 9 of Cape pushes him back into the lead, he'll go on back down if a run forms up on the bottom, but not able to do just that. Great effort by J-Paw. Just didn't pan out the way I thought, or maybe even the way he thought it was going to be. He's going to go ahead and fall from the lead there, just like we saw the 41 do just a moment or so ago. He's going to fall from the lead now back to about 6th or 7th spot. That's a very, very good question, Jay Quinn. As they came across the line that time, 39 to go. So in a flash of an eye, or flash of light, or blink of an eye, whatever you want to say, they went from 59 down to 39. So definitely counting them down. And it looks like everybody in the lead pack is going to have just about, 5 laps of fuel left in the tank. That's judging right now by the 9 of More Than a Cape. When we check in with Cinepuse, he's showing the same thing, about 5 laps. And if we switch on over to Swats, he's showing 4 laps. But Swats is a little bit further back. He's actually back in P10 right now. After some kind of an issue with the restart. Again, not sure if he missed the shift or whatever, but he's burning more fuel than everybody else. So everybody else is up here in the draft. When I say everybody else, talking about the 41 and talking about the 9. So because the 38 of Swats is been running it by himself, he's just burning a lot of fuel, not able to save any. Gonna stay. We'll actually go on back up with the 41s on board, so we can kind of see how his fuel burns for the remaining time on track before he takes that down. Plus, we'll have to see. You know, if they're all going to have to pit now in 4 laps, give or take, that usually separates the field pretty big. You know, judging by the amount of speed they have coming into the pits, you want to be as aggressive as possible when entering, but you don't want to get a speeding penalty. You want to try to work with the drivers that are around you. Usually at Daytona and Talladega, because the infield coming to the entrance of pit road is so wide, you could say, okay, I'm going to stay up high, you go low. And you work that all the way back. That way you've got a car length's distance between you and the person in front of you. You've got enough time to whoa it up. You've got enough time to get down to pit road speed. And by the time that person gets there, you've got just a little bit of a buffer zone. So you've got one high, one low, one high, one low, all the way down the entrance to pit road. And that way, if somebody has more speed than the guy in front of them, they got some room to react. If somebody hits the brakes, you've got some room to react. It all really pans out in the end. But we should be seeing these guys here come on down pit road very, very soon. There we go. Like I said, all we're going to be coming on down pit road. 22 of J-Pod looks like he was going to be coming in a little hot. 10 of Dan the Lawman, he came in. I think he was coming in so hot he actually put that 10 into the inside wall for just a moment. You see the 9 of More Than a Cape shoving him all the way down pit road. See the 2-car Stout Whiskey and the 43 of King Mathers mixing it up just a little bit. So far, here comes the 11, WSR Mike. Looks like he's got the damage to that 11 all fixed up. And 6 of Dallas My PB, he's out on track. There's the 32. Rock, I just saw mid-30s, about 35 laps to go. But let's see, as they all get back out here and get going. Right now, the 41 of Cinepew sitting in P number 4. Now, a full load of gas gives you 18 laps of fuel. So that's what they get coming out of the pits. And as I said, that pit entry and the pit exit, jamming on those gears, trying to get back up to speed is going to be the difference maker. Here's the 2 of Stout Whiskey, 43 of King Mathers, 22 of J-Pa. He pit first, and right now it's actually showing the 14 of Papa Bear is your leader. I imagine that here he is right now. He's got the 10 and company. So actually right now there's a few cars a lap down because some have not come down pit road yet. Others, they stayed out just a little bit longer in case that caution was to come out. And one of them, in fact, being the 14 of Pop Bear. He's got this whole field right in front of him, and he's actually got a few of these, like I said, a lap down. So Pop Bear kind of playing a different strategy. He's got the main pack here. Just as I say that, he's going to go ahead and peel off, try to whoa it up, don't speed. Good job by Pop Bear. I think he's gonna be all right. We'll have to see. He definitely came in very, very quick. Got on those binders at the very last minute. We'll have to see where he pans out. Because everybody else was out here in the draft, they're still clicking off that fast time. So we'll have to see just where this puts Pop Bear when he grabs his tires and fuel. If I was him, trying to compensate for the draft and the difference of speed he's going to have, I would have taken just right sides and fuel. But because he's being held for so long, I'm going to guess that Pop Bear got a black flag as well. Very, very unfortunate for this 14 one Cure Ford Mustang. There you see the pack that he was just with go flashing on by. Definitely a big disparity between where he was and where he's going to be. Right now, 41 of Sinapuse, he's going to be our leader. Going to try to catch up with him right now and see where the rest of the field sits. Let's see, 41, there he is, middle of the backstretch. There you see the 43 of King Mathers, not too far off of his back bumper. But the running order right now looks like it's going to be the 41 of Sinapuse, 43 of King Mathers, the 10 of Dan the Lawn Man, 9 of More Than a Cape, and the 2-car Stout Whiskey. That's going to be your top 5. By the time we get back there, it's definitely going to shuffle up just a little bit. But I have a feeling that the 41 right now, he is just a sitting duck. You look at the closing rate between the 43 and the 41. 41 stuck on that bottom line, just guiding his way along. That 43 is coming with a head of steam and nowhere to go. Sinapuse does the right thing and doesn't even try to block that run. That would have wrecked everybody up inside the top 5. He'll be able to stay in the draft of the 9 right now, but now we got a new way that the top 5 is running. 43, 9, 10, 2, and the 41. That's going to be your top 5. Papa Bear sitting back there in 6th. About good 14 seconds behind, followed by the 22 of J-Pa. I was guessing that J-Pa probably cooked it going into the pits, and I'm guessing that the same thing happened with the 14 of Papa Bear. That's why those two are a little bit further back there, a little bit closer together than these guys are. To Stout Whiskey coming on down. Wow, he really cooked it coming into the pits. I have a feeling I know where Stout's going. I have a feeling Stout's probably going to be exiting. He's got an E-Spark Xfinity race here in just a little bit. And he's got to get over there and get ready to go. Stout Whiskey, if you watch this now, watch this later. Buddy, good luck. I'll definitely tune in and see how you're doing if the race is broadcast. Good luck again, sir. So I know Jay Quinn was out there in chat earlier, really worried about position and whether he was going to be able to squeak on by in points into round 3. He's got to be happy to know that Stout Whiskey is retiring early. While it's not the same thing, because Stout's going to at least get 1 point, one more point than Jay Quinn would have had. It's got to be good knowing that a non-playoff car is only going to have 1 point above you. So it's that's probably best case scenario for Jay Quinn. Dan the Lawman, he's in this. The 43 of King Mathers, he's of course in this. Cape, I think he was in the points hunt, not 100% sure. I think he was sitting at about P5, give or take. And then there's others, but I have a feeling, again, I'll go back and double check on the 2, but yeah, there he is. He's in it. You don't see the car rocking around. The 2 Stout Whiskey retired for the night to run a setup race over with the E-Spark guys, which I believe starts up in exactly 28 minutes. I almost wonder if Stout Whiskey came over here to run this race or run this package, because as N&R gets into their playoff races, which is only a 6-race postseason, I believe that when N&R runs Dega, they're going to be running this package. So why not come on out, grab some seat time, get used to the package, get used to the way the cars get the runs, and do what you can. So good job by Stout to come on out, feel this all out. As the other Cup Series admin in N&R for Thursday nights, he'll have a say in whether or not the Cup Series actually runs this or not. So we'll see. Jay Quim says he'll take a win by either the 10 or the 43. So right now he's saying that he's rooting on the 10 of Dan the Lawman or the 43 of King Mathers. And wouldn't you know it, right now, that's who's first and second. The 10 of Dan the Lawman riding out that top line. Then you got the 43 of King Mathers right in his back pocket. There's the 9 car of More Than a Cape, the 41 of Cinepuse, and then that 32 Corvette Parts Ford Mustang. Man, so they're all out here doing their thing. First, obviously, is the 10 King Mathers second, More Than a Cape third, Cinepuse in fourth, Papa Bear in fifth. But oh, by the way, he's 22 seconds back, followed by Dallas, my PB. So this 32, he's not actually part of this top 5. The top 5 ends with Cinepuse. Pretty good effort there by the 9 of Cape. Thought I'd try to grab a little bit of a draft off the 11, maybe help him work his way on by the 10 and the 43. No such luck. A whole lot of strong motor, holding a steady line up top. Cape or Cinepuse, they're going to have to try to find a different way. As you see Cinepuse dive on down all the way to the bottom. Able to get just about door to door with the 10, now the 43, now the 9. He had a great bout of momentum, but not able to follow it through. Maybe just a little bit longer of a run would help. But man, great, absolutely great effort by that 41. Now he's just got to try to stay in line and hope that he doesn't actually lose the draft of that top 4. He's got the 38 of Swats right behind him, so he's got a little bit of help, a little bit of a push. Swats was very, very fast earlier, so if Cinepuse does actually lose the top 3, he should be able to use the 38 to help. But they've really got to be strung out up high on that high line in the draft. Just as you see the 9 tag that outside wall. Now look at the 41 closing up huge. That was big for not only the 41, but also big for the 38. That helps pull the 38 back up, even though he's 38's now a lap down. He's got a chance to be, I believe, the first car 1 lap down, if I'm not mistaken, to get that lap back if we should have a caution. But that little bit of contact to the outside wall by the 9 of More Than a Cape absolutely helped the 41. Looks like the 32 Corvette Parts of Dynaskulls. He's going to be another retiree. So we started the night with about 12 cars, now down to 10. Little spread out, but you got your top 4, top 5 all up here. And as we keep up with Cinepuse and he comes through the trial, we'll go ahead and grab a lap count right here from 4th place. He's got 7 laps of fuel left in the tank, 21 laps to go. So he needs to, or they all need to ride this out for about 5 laps, give or take. I believe I said when they came out they had about 18 laps of fuel in the tank. Yeah, so they've got to run just a few more before they'll be good to go. If I'm the 10, the 43, the 9, the 41, I'm thinking just right side tires and fill it up. Give me everything that I can take. If I'm anybody just a little bit further back, I'm thinking gas and go. Gas and go. Just be gone. That way you make up the most amount of track position. Or if you are like the 41 or the 9, where it looks like the 43 and the 10 are working very, very well together. If you can get a message to the driver 9, Cape, say, if I'm Cinepuse, I say, Cape, maybe we can go down there, just take fuel, fill it up. Only take right side tires, just right. Don't take all 4, or just fuel. Don't even bother with the rest. I think fuel only is 7 seconons, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Or actually, 7 seconds might be right side tires. It's been a while since I've been on here. About the only time I start up my Xbox is during these league nights anymore. Other than that, it's pretty much just been iRacing. So we'll have to see how they get it, all get sorted out. Jay Quim says the 9, the 42, and the 6, whichever two beat the other, is going to get the 7th and 8th spot in the next round, and he'd be out. So he needs something bad to happen to the 9. I don't see the 42 up here. So right now it really looks like the 9 is in the best spot, sitting about, right now he's sitting in P3, right ahead of Cinepuse. Again, these cars right here, they are your top 4. There's nobody anywhere near them, and with one pit stop to go, are they going to get spread out? Who's going to take what strategy? Who's going to take what on tires? Obviously everybody's going to take a full tank of fuel because that's what they need in order to make it to the rest of the way. They're going to have to try to pit together or pit 2 by 2, depending on what kind of communication they're able to have between each other. If you know the 43 and the 10 are going to work together, that leaves the 41 and the 9 to try to work together, or do all just say, you know what, whenever you go, I'm going, and we'll see how it plays out. But a whole lot at stake right now for this top 4. Top 4 coming up, and it looks like they're going to be coming around the outside of that 22 of J-Pa. J-Pa not going to have anywhere near the speed that he needs in order to keep up. They're going to come flashing on by. J-Pa will be lucky to be able to stay in the draft of the 41, and so far it looks like they're pulling on ahead. J-Pa trying his best to stay tucked in. Draft is very, very strong, and yeah, J-Pa's got that back end of the 41 Fusion 360, and he's going to be able to keep right here with them. And as you see, that big old run he just got, he's going to try to get his lap back the old-fashioned way, pulling up. No such luck. It looks like the 22 is going to be able to find a little bit of a gap between the 9 and the 41. 41's got no worries, though. He knows that 22's fast. Mixing it up just a little bit. I think that might have been the 43 right there, signaling that he's going to come on down. Either that or just trying to save it. Not quite sure if there was contact there. We'll have to see right here. 43, yep, he's going to bring it on in. So is the 10 of Dan DeLon, man. They've got a slower car in front of them. I believe that's going to be the 6. 43 and 10 make a little bit of contact. 10 bounced off the inside wall. Going down pit road, they get 19 laps per tank. So I was one lap off. So they've got 16 laps to go. From here on out, everybody should be good to go. And you see all of the leaders on pit road for their very, very last stop. Let's go ahead and pick up with the 41 of Cinepuse and see where he comes out. There he is. So we'll see if it's fuel only. I believe he took tires earlier, if I remember correctly. You see the 22 of J-Pod just in front of him. Big hold by the 41. Here comes the 22. The 10's coming flashing on by. So we'll have some cars to work with. Just got to stay up with him. Looks like he'll have at least a 10 car right in front of him. 22 of J-Pa behind him. That moved the 41 of Cinepuse back to P5. But I believe that there might be somebody out there that has not pit yet. We'll have to see. I don't believe the 9, which we're on board right now with, I don't believe he's come on down and pit just yet. He's got the 6 right in front of him, really pushing and shoving for all it's worth. There you see the 42 of duct tape up there. I believe the only one that didn't pit in that mad scramble down pit road was driver 9. All right, so in the last exchange, we saw the 14 of we saw Papa Bear stay out and pick up some spots, and looks like the 38 of Swats, he's going to bring his machine down pit road. We saw the 14 of Pop Bear stay out earlier, so right now he's actually the leader. He's got King Mathers back there in third, Dan the Lawn Man in P4, Cinepuse in P5, Swats in 6, which we just saw go down pit road, and Dallas My PB way back in 7th. So Pop Bear trying to extend this out, hoping that he gets a lucky break, gets that caution. I don't see it happening, but hey, stranger things have happened. I believe this guy right here, 42 of duct tape, is sitting P2. You see Pop Bear way up there in the distance. So Pop Bear, he's just got to be he's got to be hoping that he's going to be able to hold these guys off. There you saw the 43 of King Mathers get on by with the 9 of More Than a Cape. So those guys obviously making up a whole lot of time, doing their best to try to catch back up. But I believe that Pop Bear is going to be a sitting duck because he has not yet pit. Now, it looks like the 10 of Dan the Lawman looks like he's got a little bit of damage to the front end of that. However, even though 41 of Cinepuse is right behind him, I don't know if the damage to that 10 is just off of the pit road glitch or whatever it is. If I was Cinepuse or J-Pa, one of these guys, I'd ask the 10, hey man, I can see your hood is buckled right, from behind you. Do you have some damage, or are you okay? Are you overheating? Do you have any, what is your damage gauge say about the front end of that 10, and kind of go from there. As you just saw, the 14 of Pop Bear, he brought his machine down pit road, so I believe that put the 42 up into the lead. And King Mathers now sitting P2. Dan the Lawn Man in P3. Cinepuse now P4. Papa Bear in P5. Still on pit road. Dallas My PB in P number 6. Cowboy, what's happening, man? Cowboy's asking where old Swats is. Let's go ahead and find that 38 right now. Swats, there's I believe our leader right now, and you can definitely see that train coming behind him. Swats is right here. Swats is sitting about P7, P8. I'd have to guess. But I think we got a battle for the lead up front. 43, the 9 of More Than a Cape, the 10 of Dan the Lawman, 41 of Cinepuse. They're going to go ahead and keep on pushing. A big train coming on the high side. As long as they stay up there, they can push all they want. 10 of Dan the Lawman tried to go on down. 9 of Cape came on down and blocked that move. So put that number 9 Hooters Camaro, More Than a Cape, in P number 1. Great job by him. 10 of Dan the Lawman sitting P2. 41 of Cinepuse P3. 43 of King Mathers in P4. And Papa Bear in that 14, now way back in the distance, sitting in P5. Coey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I know that you guys were going to kick off an iRacing practice about 9:30, I saw. These guys, they've got, I would say about 15 laps to go. And then we should be able to work our way on over there and have some fun. All right, so you put it off till 10 o'clock? All right, cool. Chica's Burger, if you want to know how to get into Turn Down for What, go to tdfwr.weebly.com and Papa Bear will reach back out to you. They're closed for the Cup Series. I think they're still looking for drivers for their Truck Series on Sunday nights, but I also know that they are looking for drivers to bolster next season's Cup roster. This season, I believe, ends on May the 4th. So they're closed right now, but might be open for trucks if you're interested on running on a Saturday night. Do me a favor, Chicasburg, go down to my About section. You'll actually see a link for Turn Down for What Racing down there. Just click on it. It'll bring you right to their right to their homepage, and you can leave Papa Bear a message right from there. There you go. I'm fast in that rig, real fast, huh? Well, I don't know about all that, but I definitely do my best. I think I finished what? 6th last night in that practice, if I'm not mistaken, the first practice anyway. Not too bad. I had to use both fast repairs after getting taken out. That second one actually flipped, went end over end, flew into the outside wall, which was pretty cool. We're gonna keep this rolling as they're 3 wide right now for fighting it out, I should say, for P number 2. 10 of Dan the Lawman, 43 of More Than a Cape. Up high, 22 of J-Pon, 9 of More Than a Cape. Down low, you got the 41 of Cinepuse, 14 of Papa Bear, and the 6, Tail End Charlie. But a whole lot of cars a little bit further back that we're not able to keep up. Everybody up on that outside wall. A little bit of contact between the 14 and the 9. 9 of More Than a Cape bounced it off that wall. That's going to give a little bit of a gap between the 43, the 10, and then going back to the 41 of Cinepuse. Cinepuse right now sitting in P number 3. More Than a Cape sitting in P4. J-Pa right where he is, but he's actually a lap down. Right now, only the top 4 are on the lead lap due to one kind of an issue or another. They did have a couple of cautions tonight. I believe 1 or 2 were manual. The other was game. But, man, everybody trying to do what they can to dispose of the 2 that have been working very, very well together. And that is the 10 of Dan the Lawman and the 43 of King Mathers. There we go. I'll get it out one of these days. All right, at the line, 4 laps remaining. So 4 to go. The only line that can push is this high line. So the 43, he knows where the fast line is. He's just got to stay tucked underneath the 10's bumper as long as he can. The 41 of Cinepuse knows that the 22 is a lap down. So he can use him. He can work with him. He can push him and push him and push him as long as he wants. But instead, now he's just going to fall back into P3, only with the 43 and the 10 right in front of him. Bottom line, now they could push all they want. The 22 of J-Pa, he's a lap down. He can be used as a pick. He could be used as a push, being pushed by him, whatever, because he's got to try to get his lap back. Maybe the old-fashioned way, whatever. If he can get in front of these guys and a caution should happen to come out, he's right back in the thick of things, sitting in P5. If not, he's just really got to work with the 41, the 43, the 10, or the 9. If things don't change, I think you're probably looking at your top 2. 41 of Cinepuse, he had the 9 to work with, but something happened with More Than a Cape. Right now, he's sitting about, 5 laps back. And the 41, he's having a little bit of temperature issue. Looks like that his temperature gauge just came on. Maybe too much time directly behind the 22. Taped up, taped out, taped to the max in order to make max downforce. When he's by himself or when he's trying those real strong draft runs underneath the leader to try to slingshot back up, like we've seen the 10 do, like we've seen the 41 do, like we've seen Alpha do in past races. this could work for Sinapuse. If the 41 can stay right on the back bumper of that 22 without overheating, he might be able to work himself into a top 3. But it looks like he's kind of stuck where he's at. He hasn't been able to pull back up to the 22. There's who was that? That's the 14 of Papa Bear in that mix. Let's kind of work on back through one more time. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the 14 of Papa Bear sitting in not in P number 3 because he is a lap down. So Papa Bear and the 22 of J-Pod, they make a little bit of door contact. 41 in the middle, little bit of a lag right there. Looks like for P1 now they were side by side. Let's get on back up there with them. At the line, it looks like, that's going to be it. Dan the Lawman, he's going to come on up with P number 1. King Mathers sitting second, and Sinapuse, our in-car, in-race reporter, brings it home P number 3. So, Jay Quim, however that works out, I hope it works out in your favor. Good luck, sir. So, behind Sinapuse going to be More Than a Cape, Papa Bear in 5th, J-Paw 6th, Dallas YPB 7th, Swats in 8th, 9th is going to go to Duct Tape, and WSR Mike brings it home in P10, about 3 laps back.
You know that on Wednesday, Talladega.
All right, so guys and gals, please, by all means, keep it right here. We'll be right back with our post-race interviews. Right back. All right, guys, thanks for definitely keeping it right here. Got our top 3 in the booth. Driver of the 41, old Sinapuse. Not only big thank you for allowing us to drive on board with you for lap and fuel and all that. But man, congrats on this P3. Now tonight was a cutoff race, the end of round 2 in the playoffs. Hopefully this puts you in a pretty good position. Talk us through your race, where you had to keep yourself in order to advance, and how you were able to keep that 41 clean for the most part.
Yeah, it was definitely a good race. After the first couple, I think we had a couple cautions, but the beginning of the race was really good. It's pretty good. Had some 3 wide battles for a couple laps, and it was really some good close racing. Luckily, I had already won in this round, so I had already locked myself into the 3rd round. But so I was just riding around. I was gonna try and help one of the other guys, but something happened, and I think he ended up getting collected or got a speeding penalty. So I wasn't able to do that. But yeah, I knew if I could just hang with Mathers and Dan and Cape that we would all be able to go pretty good. Coming towards the end, I think it was less than 10 to go. I ended up getting loose and accidentally get into Cape and screwed up the whole rest of his race, but definitely didn't mean to do that. I take all blame for it, but just move on to next week and hopefully things will get better. But it was definitely a good race. Good race between everybody.
Cape out there in chat definitely a little upset about that contact, but I'm sure he just heard what you said as well, knowing that it was not on purpose. Congrats on the P3. Good luck in the next round, and I'm sure we'll see you for about what 4 or 5 more races.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Any quick shout outs for you, Cinepuse?
Oh, I want to thank Papa Bear. Everything he does. All the guys that raced tonight gave one hell of a race, all good battling, and it was just a great race overall between everybody.
There you go. All right, P number 2. Driver of the 43 Richard Petty machine, King Mathers. King Mathers, I tell you what, it seemed like you were top 2, top 3 most of the night. Every now and then, you might have fallen back just a little bit. If somebody had a bigger run, either on the high side, on the low side, or whichever line you weren't able to get in front of. Tell us what you think of this, chain graboid / JPA draft package and how it best suits maybe your driving style as you looking further into the postseason.
I love this kind of style racing, side by side for the most of it was until the very ending there. But it helps me. Actually, it works out for me in favor because my throttle sticks. So Talladega and Daytona would be good for me. But I was disappointed that we didn't do high draft. But I mean, normal draft is just says what it is. So I mean, it was a fun race, good race all around. Everybody had fun. Hard battling, three wide racing for a while, 4 wide even sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I just worked with Dan there at the end and just rode behind him and just came with P2.
Well, man, I mean, you weren't far off the back bumper of whoever was the leader, whether it was the 9, whether it was the 10, whether it was the 41. It didn't really seem to matter all night long. You were up front. You're very, very strong. Not to steal the name, but you were pretty stout all evening. Congratulations on this top 2. Again, it's going to help you, going into the postseason as well. Being the cutoff, did you have to prepare any different for tonight, or were you just saying, you know what, it's a restrictor plate track, throw caution out the wind, just try to hold your line, push who you could push, and be pushed by whoever was going to line up behind you, and that was it?
I just came in there, tried to help out some others and try to get them, moving up in the playoffs because I've already advanced by my win at Bristol, so.
There you go.
Yeah, so I mean, just try to get Dan in there. He's down farther in the points and stuff, so I figured I'd help him out a little bit tonight, so to get him a win. And yeah, I'm excited for next race. I'm not sure what next race is, but I'm excited and looking forward to it, and just hopefully stay mistake free and get another top 3.
No, congrats one more time, sir. Any quick shout outs for you?
Shout out to Pop Bear, shout out to NNR, this whole community, everybody, just every time, just great community, great people. Like I said, I'll see everybody on the iRacing side here shortly, and can't wait to start that journey. So
there you go. Looking forward to seeing you over there as well. Stick around in chat for a little bit when we're done. I'll talk to you about something.
Okay, thanks, Pete.
You got it. Then let's move on over to that Smithfield number 10 Ford Fusion. Dan the Lawn Man. Nah, call it out like HD used to, right? Dan, I tell you what, man. You were able to really maneuver your way through this chessboard that we call a Talladega race. Just like I said with King Mathers and Cinepuse all night long. Whether you're working with the 2 of Stout Whiskey or the double deuce of JPA or whoever it was, there was the 10. Taking runs down low. I saw you tried to run down low underneath the 9. Came on down and blocked that. But man, under 5 to go, you got to do what you got to do. Excuse me, especially when you know that you cannot push on that bottom line as soon as the leader, as soon as the bottom cart is the leader. What did you have to do to get that lead? And also, how did everybody says that you've got something worked out with somebody else in the field to be able to push them no matter where they go. How did you know that King Mather was just going to stick with you for the rest of the race and not try to take that W for himself?
Yeah, first off, thanks to Mathers for sticking with me there at the end because it could have been a lot different if he didn't do that. But no, there really never is a plan, man. I love the package, Pete. I love this style of racing, and I honestly the whole first half of this race, I didn't commit to anybody. I thought the whole field was gonna leave me hanging at the end because I wasn't helping anyone. But I was, it's like a real race, man. You back up and you practice that run back to the lead, and then you get left out and you practice that run back to the lead, and there at the end, I got the boys on the top of the racetrack, and with this package, if you get a single file line at the top, you're controlling the race from there. Especially if the second place car is pushing. So it was a lot of fun, man. I love the package.
Man, I love it. I love it too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The first time I heard J-Pod telling us about this, and he was, I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work. I was like, man, you can't push? What? And then I saw it, and Rick James and I, during that race, we were just all about it after that. The next time we're going to see this, or the next time you'll probably see this, is going to be in the Cup cars with NNR in about 4 weeks, I think. Right in the middle of the playoffs, which I'm pretty sure you're a very, 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 very big part of. You've had a phenomenal season on Thursday nights over in NNR. So you got some seat time tonight. I believe the last time either on Sundays with Shadows League, or right here, maybe the last time they were at Daytona, the same package was ran. Courtesy of Chain Graboid and J-Pa. So what does this kind of practice, how does this kind of practice prepare you for that Thursday race in about 3 or 4 weeks' time?
Oh, it's great practice, big time. Learning what runs I can take and what I can't. Like, of course, tonight, when we were all just duking it out there in the middle of the race, that was some of the funnest racing ever. And I'm just practicing what I can and can't do, so at the end we can get the job done. So yes, I think we probably have a little bit of a leg up there, and you can put the word out on the street. I'm coming when we get there.
There you go. There you go. Well, man,
big want to be up front.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, man. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you. A couple of weeks ago, you said, "Hey, Pete, I got something for you at." I think it was Bristol. And I saw you rocking the black and silver.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Well, man, I tell you what, King Mathers was all about helping you out tonight. Up on that high line, he's able to push you all the way. Congrats on this P1. Congrats on the next round. Any big shout-outs for you, sir?
Yeah, Mathers, of course, for helping me right there. Quim couldn't be with us tonight. I hope he advances point. He is serving our country, so shout out to my home. And then J. Paul and Stout, of course, working in the race was a blast. And Papa Bear, man, for putting it all on all the time. And, of course, you, Pete. Thanks for everything you do.
My pleasure.
And Aviator. That's my dude forever. The Aviator. Fastest dude on the game.
Aviator's he is bad fast. I would definitely give you that. But, man, big congrats. Pop Bear, I tell you what, pretty good night tonight here at Dega with this package. Last race in round number 2. Where's the first race of round number 3 bring us?
Next week we will be at Road America.
All right. So and that round is what, 4 races, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's 4 races, and we do have an off week in there. The week of Christmas, or not Christmas.
The other part of it.
The week, the week of Easter, we are going to be off. So that makes our last race May 4th.
There you go. Well, Pop Bear, big congrats on another well put on race. There was a guy out there in chat that was interested in joining you. If you want to follow the race, go back through. I did lead him towards your Weebly webpage, so you might get a message there. But man, good job tonight, buddy.
Thank you. And it's not just me, Pete. It's these guys that come out and race every Saturday night. These are the guys that make it all worthwhile, that come out every week and want to race.
There you go. Absolutely. Again, guys, go on down to that About section. You'll see the tab for Turn Down for What Racing. Go ahead and smash on it. If you have any questions or you want to say anything to Pop Bear, if you're interested in running on Saturday nights in their Cup Series or Sunday nights in their Truck Series, leave him a message. He'll definitely get back to you. Also, give a smash on that Raise Energy drink tab as well. The legit sponsor of this channel. Any of your orders that go through, when you get to the promo tab, put in repeat 1975 for an immediate 15% off. I definitely appreciate every single one of y'all that came out, hung out, chatted up, kept me company. Oh, Alpha York, you see Knights out there, Cowboy, Jay Quim, Rock NASCAR, Coey, and many others. Man, big thank you. I will see you tomorrow afternoon about 5:30 Eastern when Shadow Racing League hits the track. It's going to be another phenomenal one. And don't forget, the grand prize of that one, pair of tickets. Come on down to Daytona in August to meet me, meet Papa Bear, meet King Mathers, meet Shadow Racing, meet Alpha York, and so many others. J-Pa, Rock NASCAR. I mean, it's going to be a phenomenal time in Daytona. It's only the second or third race into the season. Who knows? You might be able to get in there and have enough time to work your way up. I believe it's a 10-race regular season followed by a 10-race postseason, all brought to you by Unforgotten Shadow Racing League. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon, everybody.